स्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पाद शङ्करं लोकशङ्करं शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। ॐ त्वमेव माता च पिता त्वमेव बन्धुश्च सखा त्वमेव विद्या द्रविणं त्वमेव सर्वं मम देव देव। ओम गुरुदेव भगवान शिव शंकर भोलेनाथ कैलाशपति महाराज की जय, भगवान व्यास जी महाराज की जय, शंकराचार्य भगवान की जय, स्वामी चिन्मयानंद भगवान की जय, स्वामी दयानंद भगवान की जय, स्वामी प्रबुधानंद भगवान की जय, स्वामी शुद्धानंद भगवान की जय, माता पिता की जय, सभी गुरु देवताओं की जय, सभी गुरु देवताओं की जय। श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारी हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेवा। ओम श्रीमद् भगवद गीता चैप्टर 4 वर्स नंबर 12। कांक्षान्तः कर्मणां सिद्धिं यजन्त इह देवता क्षिप्र हि मनुष्यलोके सिद्धिर्भवति कर्मजा। People do not seek Ishvara because of their fascination with quick results. In last class we have seen in whatever way people invoke me, I bless them in the same form. This is what Krishna says. Those who worship me in whatever way, I bless them in the same way. If you worship me in form of Lakshmi, He blesses you with Lakshmi. See the intention and Shraddha and the intention of the prayer should be so clear that God gives you. If you pray, if you worship Him in form of strength, He will give you strength. He will make you a political leader. Then because of your prarabdha karma, you will face the problems of the politicians face. And then because you prayed for power, He will give you power. So the way you worship, He blesses in the same way. To understand this is, what Krishna wanted to say is, your Shraddha, your intention, your prayer depends on the result of the prayer. In verse number 12 he says, Karmanam, of action, siddhim, the result, kangshantaha, desiring, kanksha, itaha, here in this world, devataha, deities, yajante, they worship, he, because manushya loke, in the human world, Karmaja, born of action, Siddhi, result. Kashiparam, very quickly, Bhavati comes. See, this is the only place, this Manushya Loka, or better known as Mrityu Loka. The desiring the result of action here in this world, they worship different deities. For in the human world, result born of action comes very quickly. Krishna has said earlier that many people had come to him, meaning that they have discovered their identity with him. But why do not all people come to him? Does he prefer only some people and leave the others out? Does the Lord have such ragas and dveshas? If he does, then he is no different than anyone else. So God doesn't have, Ishvara doesn't have any raga dvesha with I will bless X, Y, Z and I will not bless A, B, C. He is, for him all are equal. Only difference is that Jnani has recognized the error of recognizing himself as other than Ishvara. He has discovered his identity with him. So he is blessed. He is blessed with the oneness with himself. And others, what about the others? So God says, Krishna responds to this question by saying that he denies nothing to anyone. If as a jiva, a person choose to have only so much within Ishvara's creation, only that much he or she will get. Means if you choose things of this world, you will get only things of this world. If you go to a market is full of things. Whatever you choose, you will get. But when you come to Shastra, your choice is different. Your choice is moksha. He blesses even his greatest devotee in form in which they invoke him. The Lord being impartial in every way. Lord is absolutely impartial. What you ask, so you get. This means that form in which you invoke the Lord becomes the Lord for you. जो आप चाहते हैं वही ईश्वर होते हैं. If you invoke Lord as a deity, Indra for example, then the Lord is Indra. If you invoke him as giver of a particular result of action, then he becomes that Devata, that deity. He can even be invoked as Jupiter, Saturn, Mars or any other planet, nakshatra, which is done in relation to person's horoscope. Some of the planets in particular location have been found to indicate certain problems or situations for a person. Here Ishvara is invoked as the planet itself. The prarabdha karma adhisthana devata, the presiding deities of the prarabdha karma, such invocations are possible only because the Lord is available in whatever purpose he is invoked. If you invoke him for putra kameshti yagya, you will be blessed with putra. If you invoke him, Lord, give me a beautiful house, He will give you, he will be invoked in house. So it is what you ask, so the Lord is. The purpose being served by invocation itself. Even people who have nothing to do with the Vedas get result. Rank materialists, for example, interested only in money and power, definitely get results. We also find that religion, Russia and China are surviving. We also find that without religion, there is no religion. Russia and China, previously they survived with the religion, and now without religion they are surviving, perhaps even better. Rituals and prayers have no meaning whatsoever to them. An ideal has become their religion. They are devotees of the state. For them the state is God. Communism is nothing but a statism. That is, the state is more important than the individual. Rashtra. When Rashtra becomes important, communism, everything belongs to state and nothing belongs to the person. Whatever is there to be shared by all. The idea itself is good, no doubt. However, to enforce it, individual freedom is destroyed. Anyone who raises his or her voice against the system is either prevented from speaking altogether or is sent to where other human beings cannot hear him or her. Thus, individuals do not count at all. For those who hold this particular ideology, the state becomes God. Of course, such people will not call it God, but it is what God is for them. Why do people misplace God like this? Why do they not become mumukshus and go after liberation, freedom? Because they are unable to see beyond the immediate result that they see here in the world. This is a very good question and a very, very brilliant answer by Ishvara himself. The question is, why not ask for liberation, freedom? But you see, in this world, drishti, the sight, is for those people who don't ask for liberation, who don't go for liberation, who don't go for Shastras, is because their sight is so small. This sight ends to certain object of desire. The sight ends at the desire. Fulfillment of desire is enough for them. That's the happiness. So they don't ask for moksha. They ask for petty things like wealth. Health is important because health is very important. You see, health is required to ask. If you are not healthy, then what will you ask? Health. If you are not healthy, then you will ask for health. Then God will be in a health form. God, give me a healthy body where I can invoke you as knowledge. Because this is the form in which knowledge can be invoked. Only this form, the human form, not even Devata's form, only human form. Because people are unable to see beyond wealth, beyond power, certain powers, beyond desires. Desire of being rich. What rich? Money can't buy you moksha. Power can't buy you moksha. Only Shastra Adhyayan. And to gain those results, they worship different deities. Devata Yajantehe, which can be anything such as money, power, biceps, and so on. Good husband, good beautiful wife, good children, big houses, palaces, holidays in America or Thailand, whatever your choice is. Don't go by my choice. My choice is very simple, sir. Still my. Desiring the result of various forms of action. Kangshantaha karmanam siddhim. People invoke these various deities, the deities of desires. They do not invoke Parmeshwara, the total as such. They don't invoke Parmeshwara. For moksha you need Parmeshwara to be invoked. Parmeshwara in form of jnana. They do not seek me, the Ishvara. They do not go after me, the Ishvara. They do not want to know me. They only want to have these small results they can see. What they can see is the result. A big car, they can see the Mercedes or whatever, what all brands, the Phantom, the BMWs and Audis. I can't even pronounce many of them. They are bhaktas. They are not to be looked down upon. They are bhaktas. But they worship me as small deities alone, says Krishna. They worship him in a small form. Their desires, only their desires. And God blesses them, blesses everybody. But the intention and the Shraddha should be there. Why do they do this? Why? Why some people worship only for God, money, power, small things? Because having doership, kartatvam, kartatva, they think I am an independent person capable of doing what is necessary to get certain results. Only human beings have this capacity to choose action based on this kartatva and sense of doership. Animals don't have this sense, nor do the devas. Devas also don't have this sense. They only enjoyership, bhoktritva. They have only bhoktritva. They only enjoy. Let's say enjoy. Animals enjoy. There are certain things like one animal killing another, but they are okay. They are enjoying it. They don't have any problem with that. The one who sees it has a problem. We have a problem when we see it on the TV or we see live animal killing another animal, lion killing the deer. Oh my God, how cruel the lion is. No, that is their way of life. The idea here is that people want immediate result. They do not want to wait. They see this world, the result or accomplishment born out of any karma. They take place immediately. Any karma takes place immediately. Many young people do not complete college because of the desire for more immediate result, even though they are encouraged by their parents and older members of the society to struggle for few years so that they can enjoy a better life later. But no, many dropouts are successful today. Bill Gates, a dropout. Or let me tell you, getting success in business has nothing with the basic education of college and school. Basic educations make you human, which is most important. Basic education is about yourself. The most basic education, first education a child gets is to brush his teeth, clean his eyes, have a bath. Bathing is the basic education given to a small child. Why? A clean body. A clean, we should, before eating anything, mouth should be clean. Hair cut, nails cut. Basic education. Then basic education for primary is to look after the others, the near ones, to your elder brothers, elder siblings, younger siblings, all siblings, mother, father. Look after them. Look after your neighbors. This is basic education given in school. There is nothing else given in school. Some basic knowledge about science and mathematics, how to calculate, some scientific knowledge, some science about solar system, which is important, some chemical, how water, what is the formation of water, H2O and this and that. This is the education given. Basic education. Then there is one more education which is required. That is sanskara. Sanskara is given. If you go to school, if you go to college, there might be some sanskara. Sanskar, whether from school or home, sanskara is required. To play guitar or to play a DJ, you don't require a mathematics degree. You require to learn to play guitar or play that music, DJ. And when others see you playing beautiful songs, you become famous, popular, make a lot of money. But sanskara makes you a human being. Then you are able to understand the difference between right and wrong. A young man who plays a guitar may think he is a musician. Seeing others who have become very popular and making a lot of money, he wants to do the same. Therefore, going to college does not interest him. He even draws his father's attention to those people who become successful and make a lot of money with little or no formal schoolings whatsoever. Of course, he fails to mention those who did not educate themselves and are rotting in the streets. There are many who are rotting in the streets also. Please understand, out of how many did Bill Gates come? Bill Gates is only one person who succeeded, but how many have failed? Instead, he will point out to a particular uncle who did not go to school but who happened to be at the right place at the right time and made some money. He then married a woman who also had some money and bought a piece of property which escalated and value merely because someone decided to build a shopping mall in that very location. Earning money is just incidental. Young people do not want to study because they want quick result, or they may only pretend to be interested in music or electronic. In fact, they are not interested in anything. Still, other young people may want to do nothing more than travel to far away places with pack on their back. Those people who have interrupted their studies for quick result find it very difficult to resume studying later because they lack the necessary discipline. Going to school makes you disciplined. Going college makes you disciplined person. In every university campus there are people in their 40s and 50s struggling to complete college degrees. Since these people obviously have gained a value for education, why do young people do not want to study like the older people before them? They too go for quick result, immediate success, without really knowing what they want in life. This is what is meant by people invoking small deities. Whether they are devotees, the deities of money, power and so on. The desire for quick money is what makes a person deal in drugs and buy lottery tickets. If at all one prays, one does so at the time of buying a lottery ticket. Oh Lord, please let this be the winning number. If Ishvara is to be established, the concept should be a rational one. Therefore, Krishna is saying, do not blame me. Do not say that I am partial and that because of my likes and dislikes, all these things happen to people. But his statement can still be questioned based on seemingly unjust difference we see among different type of people. If, as Krishna says, he is the author of the world, Srishti Karta, the one from whom everything has come, then ultimately he is the author of all people in the world. Why then has he placed some people in elevated position and others in lowly positions? Why in the Vedic context is one person called Brahmana, other called Kshatriya, yet another Vaishya, and still another one a Shudra? Why? How is it that there are such differences in the world? The Brahmanas have their own position in society, as do each of the others. It looks that there is an order and hierarchy, wherein one group of people seem to be superior to another, while the other have no place in the system at all. As author of this world, Ishvara is not responsible for all these differences. Ishvara has not created any of the differences. And if he is responsible, he must certainly have a problem, a blemish of partiality. Why else would he put a silver spoon in the mouth of one person, a gold spoon in the mouth of another, a platinum spoon in the mouth of yet another, and no spoon at all in one of, not even a plastic one, in the mouth of many others? And there are people born with no mouths at all. Why does Ishvara do these kind of things? In this question, if this question asked cannot be asked and answered, why bother about God at all? It is enough to say this simply means that God does whatever he does, and because he is God, no one can question him. Well, he may be God, but I am the sufferer. First you say he made me, and then you say he knows my problem better than I do. How? I am the one who was born crippled. who cannot see any, much less hear, cannot see and hear. God does not seem to know what that being crippled, blind and deaf is not a pleasant life, since He made me this way. But I know better. If God knew what I know, He would definitely have made me different. And since He did not, isn't He just another defective manufacturer? This can be the question कि भगवान ने मुझे ऐसा क्यों बनाया, भगवान ने मुझे ऐसा क्यों बनाया, मैं देख नहीं पाता, सुन नहीं पाता, चलना तो दूर. If you buy a car in which even a slightest flaw is detected, there is such a furor made about it that the manufacturer calls back all the cars of that particular design, if only to change one bolt in the brake system. But Ishvara as a manufacturer cannot be questioned, it seems. Nor does He call back anything. He does not say, I am so sorry. God doesn't say, I am sorry I made you like this. You are suffering and I know it. That was a hurried job. Please send it back to me and I will give you new legs or whatever, new eyes. Instead, the person has to suffer throughout the life without legs, eyes, ears, money, house, so on. What kind of God is this? Who sits above us somewhere having wonderful life, while some unfortunate person has to inch along the ground because he or she is lame? And if God must make a crippled person, the least He could do is to put the person in America where motorized wheelchairs are readily available. But no, put him in India. Even this much He does not do for the person. How can we look at that difference and say that God is justified in all that He does? What kind of justification is this? You find some people born with parents, while others who do not even know who or where their parents are. A child may be born of parent in South Korea and brought up in Vancouver by foster parents. One thinks one is doing very well, but in fact he is not, because he is painfully aware that he is noticeably different from his parent, his brothers and sisters. If his original parents had raised him in Korea, he would look the same as everyone else and would not have the problem he has growing up in Vancouver. Adoption, even as a baby, really does not work. Even the adopted animals have problem adopting a new habitat. Why would a baby have to be adopted in the first place, whether in this country or elsewhere? Why should the child not be with his or her own parents? Because we don't know where the father and mother are. We say the child is an orphan. God creates everyone. Can He say people create an orphan? No. Again, God seems to be some kind of sadist. Further, I am told that not only has God made me, but He has also said that I must follow Him. And how do I know this? Someone else tells me the least God could do is to come and tell me Himself. It would mean something to me. In fact, God should tell everyone. Instead, someone else tell me that God told Him and asked Him to tell me. If God wants me to know this, why does He not tell Him Himself? Then there is another person who comes along and say, God told me to tell you that his earlier person is no longer current, and what you are now going to hear from me is the latest word from God. In fact, He would all be better off without this kind of God. If God is someone who is to be established, the concept should be rational one at least. What is unreasonable cannot be accepted. Thus, the issue being addressed here is valid if God made all these divisions among people, Brahmanas, Kshatriyas, Vaishyas, Shudras, to use the Vedic context, then he must definitely be partial because Brahmanas seem to be better off. In next verse, we will try to unfold all these questions put up by Swamiji. That why God is so impartial. So we'll do verse number 13 tomorrow. The fourfold group of people based on duties and qualities. Why this discrimination is there? Why one is higher and the other is at lower position? Why one is born with a silver spoon in mouth and one not even plastic one? We will answer all these questions one by one. Is God so discriminating? Chatuvarnya maya srishtam gunakarma vibhagashah tasya krataramapi mam vidhaya krata kartaram vyayam. The fourfold grouping of people, a division based on duties and qualities, was created by me. Even though I am its author, know me to be non-doer, ever changeless. Here Krishna is referring to the Vedic system that divided the people in four groups. This we will see tomorrow. Om Tat Sat. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudashyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. आराम से सुनिए, ये वाला चैप्टर बहुत लंबा है, बहुत आराम से सुनिए, धीरे धीरे करेंगे। भगवान के कर्म, भगवान की जो भगवान का डिस्क्रिमिनेशन है उसे समझना इतना आसान नहीं है ना, कि ये सृष्टि का कैसे किए, तो हम करेंगे धीरे धीरे। ओम पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ओम शांति शांति शांति। ओम तत्सत्। ओम गुरुभ्यो नमः। हरि ओम तत्सत्।